I could barely see you in one of those things, but I was like, is that still? Did the camera just die? Because you weren't moving at all. Was it for Mark's head moving? I would have been like, what's going on? Mark Jacksina. Brian, Mark, thanks for having us out today. It's always a hoot to be here on a Monday, given the fact that the few times I've been in here on a Monday, I don't remember. All we have is some incriminating photographs. So tell me, like, what made you guys decide to become businessmen? Why did you were working for NASCAR doing sound before or during all of that?
Speed Channel. I worked at Speed Channel, and that kind of led to opening a store. I'd always wanted to open a store, wanted to open an independent place, have something on your own, a mom and pop kind of thing. So I'd been saving for a long time in order to try to do it. I was doing really well at Speed Channel and was getting too much money, so I finally decided I'm going to get accustomed to this.
That's not something you hear all the time. I'm making too much money. I got to quit this job.
If you guys have that problem again, you still have my number. Call me.
So you get comfortable with something, and then you're not going to try things you want to do.
Sure.
So I kind of just finally said, yeah, this is what I'm doing. I bought a house over there in North Davidson, NoDa, like the hipsters call it, and did pretty good on the house. Bought it fairly cheap enough. The area was still sketchy at the time, but wanted to be in that area because I thought it was going to be up and coming, and you know, we liked several things around there and liked some of the attitudes of some of the people around there. And then gallery crawls were a big thing. Charlotte used to do these things called gallery crawls, where there a lot of art community got together, all kinds of people, all different kinds of walks of life, celebrated just being alive and doing creative things. Not sure that happens anymore. But anyway.
Yeah, it has been a long time since there's been a gallery crawl. Because they remember they started doing them here in Plaza Midwood, too.
Right.
I don't know, is it like once it gets safe, people don't want to go gallery crawl anymore?
All right. So, you know, it was eclectic over there. You'd see people twirling fire or sword swallowing or just different kinds of things. And the only thing we could do was play country music. So we started doing country music, you know.
You guys were playing out in front of the Rat's Nest,
out
right?
in front of the store, you know. Hey, what are those yahoos doing? Let's go see what's going on. And then you sell a T-shirt or some cowboy boots or something, you know.
And what were you doing at the time, like as he was getting all this stuff going?
Working kind of some similar stuff, setting up sound and lighting, like for a convention center, or we worked out at Blockbuster for years. When it was Blockbuster, kind of got into that staging and sounds type stuff, and so that kind of just carried on. We did that some during the summers. And
so you're making too much money too?
No, I wasn't making enough money. So it was kind of the total opposite. I was like, I got to get on my behind and do something here.
Right. So you had the Rat's Nest going on, and how did you, like, what made you decide to do this building? Why the Thirsty Beaver? And I asked this for two questions. One, because I think it's an important part of your origin story because of the noted thing, and number two, because just like the guys at Snug Harbor, you beat Fabrice and I by one phone call. I haven't forgiven you guys. Fabrice actually was eyeballing the spot when you guys, I think, were probably getting ready to sign the lease, and I'm like, I don't see anything here. Like, I was like, no way, man, nothing here.
Believe me, everybody's
dead wrong.
Everybody that came in said, there's nothing here. There wasn't a single person that told us, hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Some canned beer? Yeah, do that. You'll make a fortune. Not a single person, including our parents, including
friends.
Yeah, friends were like, okay, you could tell. They were
Good
like,
luck seeing 6 months when you.
Right. But did you guys think that when all right, so you had the Rat's Nest going and you go into business with your brother and you're looking at doing this. When you guys were looking at this, did you think, we're going to be successful? I mean, you hope to be successful, but if you go back 11 years, 11 years ago when you guys were signing this, do you think, and I know you couldn't see all that stuff coming, but do you think you'd see the success and the loyalty that you guys have?
Not to the extent that it has been. I mean, it's been pretty amazing as far as well, the loyalty, especially, and at least me personally, I didn't see this coming. But I mean, I thought it could be, sustainable or
Right.
whatever. And at that time, this was literally kind of the wrong side of the tracks. There wasn't anything.
Yeah, right.
There wasn't really anything else here. We had the tile place across the street, used tire store.
Church.
Church, abandoned church, and a plumbing place. And that was pretty much it.
So now roll me back a little bit. So you guys went from owning a vintage clothing store, having a couple beers with your friends there. Well, not really having beer there. Having water there. But was that part of it? Like having that little community that was going on over there, where people swing by, have a beer with you out there, and you're just like, it's normal.
Yeah, it's completely. Some people think we sit down and had a plan.
Newsflash.
Everything that I've ever done in my life, and as far as I know, Mark, there's never been a plan. It's an organic process, which I think is what may be our only appeal. That we do things organically, sometimes not by the brain, by the heart.
Right.
And so it started over there, like we were doing the gallery crawls. Hey man, y'all are good. You should do a honky tonk place. You like old country music. Do a honky tonk place. We went from the front yard back there. I built a little porch on the back, and so then we started playing on the back. So and we'd have people come in, and people started looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So they were showing up consistently. So we kind of developed a little bit of a following already, and those same people were like, "When can we get more of this?" And so in my mind, it was like, okay, so there's a little bit of desire for that. Growing up in Charlotte, we knew of several different buildings that we kind of liked and thought would fit. For this concept, it needed to be standalone. It needed to be something that was away from everything. Couldn't be in a strip mall, couldn't be in a whatever. It needed to be something that was its own. So I put out feelers to different people. Hey, come, if this place comes available, give me a... So a friend of a friend said, hey, somebody's leaving down there at that the Rose Garden. Rose Garden was the last place it was. We did some phone calls, contacted the lady. We came in, and she was a pretty heavy smoker, and there was a low ceiling in here. So we kind of opened the door, and it was kind of like a fog machine. We were coming in, and they're like discussing how they're having to leave. They had some other obligations and everything, and I'm like, okay. And then she's like, yeah. Take all the time you want. This is on Friday afternoon. Take all the time you want. Let us know by Monday. So we were like, so you were like, we're going to do this and try it or not? So it was kind of like, yeah, let's try it. See what happens. What's the worst that can happen,
Right.
We've sucked at stuff before. So I could, Mark and I talked together, and our sister was we all three kind of had discussed it, and it was going to require him kind of taking some commitment to help fix up and do a lot of stuff. So he's decided, yeah, let's do it. So we just kind of gave it a shot. Set out, started coming up with ideas for what we wanted, cultivated from places we had been, and ideas that we had that thought worked, and ideas that didn't. And the main goal when we opened was to have a place that we would like to drink at.
Right.
And that was the bottom line. If we thought it was going to be fun to be here, then somebody else was going to think it was fun to be here, is what we kind of thought in our head.
That was the thing about this spot more than anything else, is it felt like when I walked in here, and you guys have been open probably about 8 months, I think, really. It felt like it had already been here. And it's like, with all the work that y'all did, it was almost like you guys got done and then went like, all right, we need 50 years of dirt.
Yeah.
Not that it's dirty in here, but it had the right patina when you walked in. It was what I grew up going in bars, in New York, and little, biker bars and stuff like that that I liked.
The atmosphere was old stuff. Again, some of it cultivated from the store, some from our most of it from our personal collections. So that's what made it, it came from things that we liked in the past, so there's already all this old stuff there. And the thing that it is it's authentic. It's stuff that we like. So everybody, it's decorated like some tchotchke place or something like, yeah, maybe so. But Kind of not. It's kind of our crap. If you go to my house, this looks like my house.
Yeah.
You know, it's insulting sometimes when people think it was a
Curated.
Curated.
Yeah. There's
Like,
nothing curated
yeah.
about this other than out of love.
Yeah, right. You know, you think we just found that, you know, all of a sudden that Whalen poster, oh yeah, no. We looked and looked and looked for that Whalen poster,
Right.
you know? And honestly, the non-smoking thing, that was the best thing we did.
Yeah.
That was the smartest thing we did. At the time, you could still smoke. At the time, you could still smoke in bars.
In the South.
So we knew at some point that was going to change. Plus, like I said, from when we first came in here and the lady was smoking, she had like 3 cigarettes on the bar walking up back and forth. We knew it was not going to
Yeah,
be
we
possible
just-
to smoke in here.
Right.
And so we thought, hey, you know what would bring somebody in here? We might get some girls to come in if we're non-smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Right off the bat, girls were coming in because they could go home, they didn't have to wash their hair, and everybody was like, that was good. That was
I mean, we even got people that I smoke and I still like coming in here because it's non-smoking.
Yeah.
So, you know, more dumb luck that we decided to do that. And then, of course, eventually, you know, nobody could smoke inside. So then we like, wow, these guys were ahead of the curve.
We are the Loose Lug Nuts from parts unknown. We play both kinds of music, country and western.
The one thing we haven't really talked about is Loose Lug Nuts. Probably the most aptly named band I've ever run across.
If there's one thing that we can do is name a business.
Actually, though, it's true, but it's so funny because I just remember, like, I think I saw the T-shirt before I even realized you guys were in the band. It was 50% honky, 50% tonky, which was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I was like, there's no way, like, these yokels can be this smart. Because I'm from New York and I'm smarter than the rest of y'all. But seeing you guys play live, when I finally got a chance to see you live, like, I completely got it because I don't think I've ever seen a band spin that close to the precipice with the wheels just about coming off, and somebody manages to pull together every show.
Right.
Every show. Now, somebody could be the culprit for making the wheels almost come off, but it's really funny to watch it happen.
Right.
Especially if you're as drunk as the band is. It's even more of a special relationship.
I know a man, rich as a king, still he wouldn't give his name as a thing.
Have you guys noticed the change in landscape with condos and apartments around here?
Is there one nearby?
I think one of the things that floors me. So, you guys were in a magazine article that was bound for, it was Europe, right?
Yeah.
Well, I came in here to actually meet somebody and ended up like in a photo shoot, and that gets posted up by somebody else. And there's a picture of me and this kid Mike B sitting over here, and I'm selling pottery at the bar, and my wife was like, she goes, "What are you doing at the Thirsty Beaver?" I'm like, "You knew I was there." And I had no idea. Like, I knew that they were in here shooting and kind of forgotten about it.
Yeah.
So that little up picture, or well, actually, it's been recreated now by like
times,
every
yeah.
magazine. Like every time I turn around, like you guys were in like one of those clickbait, like
Yeah.
the house in China that the road goes around.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
So, have you gotten any business traction specifically just because of those like clickbait things and whatnot? Have people come in here to like tourist it? They're like, "We saw you guys," and like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
really?
Yeah.
How's
The,
that?
the cool part is, though, everybody does it with a good intention.
Mm-hmm.
They, we hear the story like, this doesn't happen anywhere. 99 and, out of 100 times, it never happens.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one anomaly, so people hear about it and want to see it. It's just some rare circumstances where Mr. Salem, that owns the building, didn't want it to go away and stood his ground. We own the bar. We didn't want it to go away. We stood our ground and kind of came together on something. People see that aspect worldwide and are tired of big corporations doing things and big money running over something and they feel like that's their life. That I work this little job and somebody else is dictating what I have to do. So when they see that they're running their life and they're dictating what they get to do, then they feel good about it, and they want to support that kind of thing. So I think nationwide, people want to support that thing. Somehow we've lost the identity or how we do that, or guidance into doing that, or
The grit.
the grit to do it. You know, because you have to give up some things to do that. People, you know, there's money that could be left on the table a lot of times, you know. And then you have to decide, is it about money, or is it about you want to hang out with people that you love and have developed friendships with, or, you know, so you make choices in your life that dictate whether you're going to stand alone or not stand alone. Now, sometimes, regardless, you're not able to control that. But sometimes I think people feel that they're not able to do that. But it requires sacrifice sometimes.
This place, I've gotten into some of the greatest conversations about that I knew nothing about. But I mean, to me, that's sometimes like that's the most fun. That's where I learn the most about people, because it gets like I've been taken outside my comfort zone, and the things that I would never talk to somebody about. I never would have got to like.
That was the goal. That was the goal. Is the
I know
to
more
have a
about
gay
coonhounds
guy.
now. No, seriously, but this is like not a joke. Like I know more about coonhounds from sitting here talking to this one guy for 2 hours one day. I never in a million years would have like ever would have gone like I want to know about coonhounds. But he gave me like such a great story, not only about his upbringing and about dogs and like how to train him and what they're like and all this other stuff. Like, and it's stuff that I'm not going to forget.
Right.
Like when my dog passed, we're going to get another one. Like I'm looking at this one dog, I'm like, we don't want that kind of dog because we got kids and we open the door, he's going to catch a scent, gone. You know, something stupid like that. I never would have thought about that if it wasn't for this one guy telling me his story.
Right.
I'm coming to your party in a dynamite bed. We'll all burn in hell over you.
So one of the things that we didn't discuss is we discussed the accoutrements here at the Thirsty Beaver Saloon and the curated, non-curated stuff. So we have the brochure, if you will. Actually, it's
supposed to be steer horns.
what? They're definitely horny. Those were already up there. Did you put it up there for that purpose?
Absolutely not.
Who was the first person to do it, and do you remember?
I don't even remember, dude. They were bare for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Nobody even thought about putting a bra up on the horn for 3 years, and it wasn't something that we were like encouraged. Like this is, and well, maybe Mark did.
Maybe not.
Well, once it started, I mean,
Doors open.
yeah.
Yeah. At some point, somebody thought it was. I need to put my bra up on the horn.
It went from literally none, and then once the first person did it, like a couple people did it, bam. I mean, it just.
It's the amount. I mean, the layers. Like I'm looking at it because it's like I can remember when it was just full.
Yeah.
Not. I mean, that's full. And this wasn't even there yet. And it's like, well, this is going to pull down the building. I mean, there's some large cups up there.
I think one of the best stories was it was a football game. Duke was playing in a bowl game, the Belt Bowl possibly. And so after the game, it was busy and everything. And this lady came in, lovely lady. She was wider than she was tall, but awesome. She was great, out having fun, everything. Everybody's coming in and out. She finally decides, I need to put my bra on the horns. So we're like, yeah, put your bra on the horn. We're equal opportunity. And she gets done. She takes her top off, takes her bra off, and slings it around, throws it up on the horns, and goes back to talking to people. And it wasn't about a minute later. Then the door pops open, and a guy goes, "Mom, did you have your top off again?" Not again. So it was like awesome. So it was just like I don't know what comes over. It's kind of weird.
In Muskogee,
What's next for you guys? What do you? I mean, what would you like to do next? You've got a restaurant, you got a bar, you got a clothing store. You know, I mean, it sounds like they're uber fancy, but I mean, you guys got these things. I mean, are there
Still
other?
driving a '97 4Runner with 300,000 miles. Just saying.
Why get rid of what works? Though? Why get rid of it? I was surprised when he bought a new truck. But he really didn't have an option.
Right, yeah. Well, I still got the other two though. So.
Oh, you didn't get rid of them?
No, I'm just sinking more into into those. Finally, had to get something that was somewhat reliable.
Being a father will change
Yeah,
that.
that was one of the kickers.
Well, I don't know. What's Charlotte need next?
I don't know. You said vegetarian barbecue. I don't know. I don't know if they need it. They may want it.
I don't know. We've done well with the vegetarian. That's been one of our
Have you
strong
noticed?
sellers.
Have you noticed
we
an
do
increase
soy.
in it?
We do a lot of soy. Yes.
Soy free or soy ingredients?
Soy ingredient. Not gluten free or anything like that. Most of everything that we have.
We do corn
Witten says
tacos.
Corn tacos.
So
So
that's-
you can do that. We do Fritos, Frito pie. Mm-hmm. So the Frito pie I didn't know was totally just gluten free. But yeah, we have noticed an increase in soy. And like I said, before it was just because we had to have something to tell people, hey, this is what you know, we like it.
Right.
What do you like here? I don't like the chicken. I don't like the beef. This is what I like. Mm-hmm. I like a soy, burrito, and it's queso on top. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a fair amount of vegetarian and vegan friends, and it's funny because your name pops up like as one of the spots they go to because they have an option.
Right.
You know?
We've again dumb luck out of things that we wanted. That's translated.
Be true to yourself. Come on.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Charlotte needs another music venue, really.
Well, they keep taking them down.
So
I mean, our music
Again-
venues are really like here, the Comet,
Yeah.
the
Snug.
spots over there, Snug, obviously.
there's a light. There's a few, but I think a smaller level music venue. If anybody has any property and would like to open
and money.
and money.
I mean, I'm surprised that besides, all right, so we got Snug, you got here. There's nothing else in Plaza Midwood. Oh, Oso does some. They have some stuff.
Petra's
over there.
does a lot of music.
And Petra's. I'm just surprised that somebody hasn't come in and done like that full venue. Like this neighborhood would kill it here. You would think, right?
I would feel like.
I mean, there's no. I've never like holy shit. Pardon my expression. Like when I come down here on Fridays, we were talking off camera. The amount of people, the amount of pedestrians that are out now.
Right.
Like when I opened up Lulu in 2005,
Yeah.
the pedestrian traffic was way thinner and far different than what it is now. It's crazy.
A lot of people come to this area still that don't live in this area.
Yeah.
They want to come because there are things here that they want to see, which is part of the mind-boggling thing about knocking things down and wanting for us to be gone. We're part of the small thing that people want to come see these different things. So when you build a neighborhood, leave those things, add other things. I know space gets limited. So yeah, people come from Fort Mill, from Rock Hill, to do a Friday and Saturday night, all around out.
Well, I think this is a natural place to end the conversation. Unless you guys got something you want to tell me. Get out! Well, Brian, thanks for having
Good
us
to see you,
today, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, thank you guys. You're up. Oh, okay.
Wow.
That was quick. Brian, Mark, thanks for having us out today.
Thank you
Sorry,
for coming.
can you start it over without jumping right in after? Please. I know he hates me when I do this.
3, 2, 1.
I want to make sure you were good now.
Okay, give it a pause.
I understand. Stop talking.